Welcome to Parent Conversations. We hope that you enjoyed your break last week for Martin Luther King Day, but we are back today with Leigha Westover. She is with Momivate, and I'm going to let her tell you all about that. I would like to give a quick shout out to the Bear River Health Department, the Central Utah Public Health Department, and to the Davis County Health Department. They're the ones that have made this possible through their generous grants. Thank you. Thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Leigha, tell us about Momivate.
Awesome. I'd be more than happy to. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So Momivate is a nonprofit organization here to elevate your motherhood. And here, how my screens. I'm Leigha Westover, and I'm a mom of 8 and a co-founder of Momivate. Now, a little bit back, I don't know how to go back. A little bit about this picture real quick is I am still missing 2 children out of this picture. We made this nice big vacation to go down south, and 2 of them couldn't make it. So we're still separating, but on to Momivate. So we want to empower you to elevate your mothering experience. And how do you do that? Our purpose is to activate the powerful force mothers are designed to be. Cultivate the maternal instincts into confident maternal influence, innovate to meet the needs of modern mothering, and elevate the respect given to the role of motherhood. So what does that mean? It's a lot of vague words. Is we want to validate and recognize the roles of mothers by providing support through education as we raise up society. And Momivate, we're a community. As you're raising your children, you have a community of schools and local government and neighbors and churches. And at Momivate, we're a mom unity. So we're a mom unity for our children, with our children, and through our children. Society proposes lots of challenges as we're raising our children, and we want to be able to help you with tools, collaborating with others who have tools that you may need as you work on your mothering adventure. So become a Mom Unity member. Join us, it's free. You just go to momivate.org. That's our website, and you can become a mom. There we are at our website, momivate.org. So why did we start Momivate? Momivate, when it was brought to my attention, is the question was asked, every mom needs an EMT. We all need education. We all need money and time. So let's talk about that for a little bit, about the education, money, and time. Being a mom, when I had that baby, I had my whole life. I had their whole life planned out. I knew exactly what it was going to look like until they started making noises, until they started having an opinion. And as I got older, I noticed that my mat for them was not what I thought it should be, and learned that as I came across new situations, I didn't always know how to handle it. And so I started searching for answers or solutions to help me with challenges that that I didn't see myself having to handle, and recognizing that I didn't handle it the way maybe it could have been done better. So with Momivate, we want to provide an educational platform where moms can gather together with each other to share our thoughts and ideas and other resources that we have done. And we're creating a curriculum that will hit in areas that we do as mothers. Let me go back to center my screen. So that's where education comes in, and the education will help. Let's see, go back. Activate. No, we're kind of not where I need to be. Sorry.
You are just fine.
I'm gonna find the ones I want to touch on here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So what do moms do anyway? That's the question. What do we do anyway? I don't know if people will say, so what did you do today? And you're like, I don't know, but I was really busy all day long, but I did things, right? Well, when I started looking at the Raise Up acronym, that's what moms do. They raise up society. And how we raise up society is we start with relationships. I have a relationship with my creator. I have a relationship with my husband. I have a relationship with my children. I have a relationship with the community. And these relationships have changed over time and have developed. And with our curriculum, we will have smile gatherings or meetings. We'll have meetings where you can come and learn the principles that go with relationships. Contact is an important principle with a relationship. Forgiveness, compassion. There are principles that we cultivate as we go forth and learn these principles and set goals. So we have relationship that as moms we are working on. We work on atmosphere. What does our home feel like? What does it look like? What do they hear when they're in the home? And what are they, so all the touches, right? See, feel, touch, smell. What are we presenting when they come here? Is it an environment that needs improving? And if so, what can that do? There's a joke at my house is every time my children's friends come, it says, wasn't the couch over there? I am always changing my environment to improve the color of the walls or decluttering, things like that. But I love to move my furniture around because it just gives a different feeling. So we're always improving our atmosphere. Another part of our raise up is income and outgo. I have been blessed to be a full-time mom at home, and my husband's paycheck would come in, but I have to be very careful how it went out. And so we will have curriculum to help you look at their income and how to outgo. And sometimes I had to get creative on bringing more income, whether it was babysitting, whether it was swapping for my kids to go to a private school, and I swapped time and so that they could attend and it didn't infringe on our budget. There are different ways that I had to innovate my income so that we could accomplish the activities or things we desired for our children. So that's some of the things we work on with our income and outgo. Another thing moms do is we work systems and schedules. And with growing children, that doesn't always look the same, and it's forever changing. But that's another thing we talk about and get ideas on how we could improve our systems and schedules to help with our time. How do we fit everything in this small amount of time? And what can we prioritize? And what can we give ourselves permission to let go and wait? Another area that we work on our Raise Up acronym is energy, eating, exercise, sleep. How do we engage our children to eat healthier, get them out moving and going to bed on time and getting enough hours of sleep for their growth? These are awesome opportunities to learn from others and to be able to strengthen as we go ahead and keep working on energy. So these 5 areas that we're working on are part of the curriculum. And we touch on this to help strengthen and support mothers in their mothering experience. While you're attending a meeting, which we might call smile gatherings, there you will have a mom who is called a motivator. She motivates you and encourages you through a smile meeting where we have an opportunity to laugh together, to be inspired together, to come together and support and go through the curriculum. These are some of those opportunities that we have to strengthen us. And what this did for me, being a mom of 32 years, is I didn't realize what I could put on a resume, right? Let me stop sharing for a minute. So the struggle for me is, what did I do for those 32 years? What do I have to offer? If I had to go get a job right now, what could I do? And when I went through just those 5 areas in my life, I realized, wow, I've dealt with a lot of conflict, personalities. I've dealt with challenges that I've overcome, and the systems and schedules. I mean, all of this, I started just building this whole resume of, I have something to offer. I've created atmospheres. I've helped children become self-sufficient. And isn't that what we're trying to do, to be self-reliant, and that they do that. So that's one of the things Momivate wants to do, is to help elevate using these areas that we're going to cover. Now, we look for moms who are seasoned, who want to have these opportunities to share what they've learned at these meetings. Also, some of the things that we also have for Momivate, let me see if I can manage this again, is sometimes we have unique circumstances and personal pursuits. So those are part of our curriculum, and the goal as part of supporting moms is creating a curriculum where you can certify, and businesses will look at that and say, oh, you were certified through Momivate. We know what that's all about. And our goal is to get that out there so that people could recognize that moms are of value. When you, let's see. So some of the things we are doing, I think that's one of the things I like to do, is we have smile journals where they can keep track of their progress, their learning in these areas. And you get those free when you join up at momivate.org. We have blogs that have been submitted from our council moms. You can go to our website there, and there are already quite a few blogs and things that have been written up, and you can go to categories. Pardon me? Okay. Anyway, there's blogs on adoption all the way to breast milk, cancer, carbs. And so these are just a few of the things that have been written up and shared in our website. Let's see. Another thing that we've done is in innovating. Some of the ways we innovate to meet the needs of mothering. Oh my goodness, keeps touching. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. As we innovate to meet the needs of mothering, the modern mothering, it looks different. When I mothered, it looks a whole different scenario than my daughter, who is a mother of 2. The income is a lot tighter, and she's had to work and still raise her 2 children, where I was able to be home and do things differently. So we come up with different ideas of innovating the need of mothering. One of those is our revolving closet. And the revolving closet is a wonderful idea. Kids grow so fast. A revolving closet is a place to bring clothes they've outgrown. They're still in good repair, and we trade them for the next size. This is hosted by volunteers who donate a spare bedroom in their home and the revolving closet. And we want to have a revolving closet in every zip code if possible. So right now we have 4 active locations with a few more getting set up. So we have one in West Valley, and they have Facebook pages. Reagan Barnes runs this closet and really enjoys the opportunities to open up to her, to make new friends, people she might otherwise never have the chance to meet. And St. George, we have one that's called Celestial Newt, and there's her Facebook, Payson, Utah, and Springville, Utah. If you would be interested in building a revolving closet to serve families in your areas, we can give you ideas on how to organize it, help you set it up on a Facebook page that's specific to yours, and list your contact on this page. So that's a really something we're doing right now, is people come in and exchange those clothes. And what's been a great experience is we've been able to team up also with the road home, and we've been able to exchange each other. So if they have too much of something and we don't have enough, we swap, and vice versa. And so we're extending that out there. So one of the ways we elevate the respect of motherhood, and that we're doing that right now, is we have the wall of honors. We feel like every mother should be honored, especially if you know something that, or feel that a mother has shown her talents and ability in her mothering. We have 2 ways that you can honor her. You can just do a name and have it on the wall of honor, or you can create a blog page or a page for her on the wall of honor, where you can write up and talk about her and why she's a great mom. We really want to honor mothers, and this is a great opportunity to do that and just say, you're doing awesome, and we really appreciate what you're doing. So that's another thing that Momivate is actively doing right now. Okay, there's one other one. I guess at the moment, let's see if you have any questions to direct me on what you are looking for, or if I can clarify anything for you.
Okay, does anybody have any questions thus far?
I'm wondering, this is Emily, if it's free to participate if you sign up on the website. I haven't been there yet, but are all the resources free, or are there some things like the courses you paid for, or how does that work?
So right now, that's a great question, Emily. Right now, the curriculum is still being written. We are just 2 years in the making, and our teams are putting together the curriculum, and that should be finished up by April. At this moment, everything we offer is free. Our goal is to make sure moms don't have an added stress onto their plate and added financials. So we're have different levels when the curriculum comes out, that we'll be able to have free versions. So right now, Momversations is something I should probably talk about. We, on every Saturday at 4:00 Mountain Standard Time, 3:00 Pacific Time, have a show where we're going through that curriculum right now with the Raise Up acronym, where we have guest speakers. This last Saturday, we had Relationship on Husband and invited Dr. Finlayson Fife to come, and we interviewed her. And so that's what we're actively doing right now until we can do smile meetings and have Momivators in the home. Our goal there is to help innovate that. If possible, we don't know cost, but that we want to supplement our Momivators with an income, and that so there will be a small fee for those who are certifying and creating their portfolio. And that's something I haven't talked about. When we went through the Raise Up acronym, we look at creating a portfolio of what we're doing. We're looking at the Raise Up acronym. So in relationship, and okay, I'm struggling with my husband in this area, and here's what I want to improve on. Here's the resources I used. Here's the tactics I implemented, and this is my results. And so during this educational journey, you're creating a portfolio of your progress. So you yourself can see, look how far I've come, but also that you could show that to others if you wanted to in a resume type thing. And that's a long haul. So right now you can get on to Win-Win Women's, and I do have that link. That's also on our website, the link to Win-Win Women's, where you can. Does that answer your question? So most of it's free. Eventually, there will be a cost to the curriculum.
Thank you. That helps. That answers my question.
Leigha, you mentioned your Saturday program. Do you guys happen to record those?
We do. And so if you go to our website under Conversations, and I'll show you where that is real quick.
While you're pulling that up, I'll let our listeners know that Shirley is supposed to be the guest speaker this Saturday.
Oh, yes, she is. She's
Yep.
gonna be on ours. She's gonna be on ours. So here's Conversations right here. And then if you go to the Swim Women's Network, Reagan is our hostess for those.
Yep. Get better, Reagan. She's got COVID.
Yeah, we want her better. So we have one with relationship with husband, relationship with God. We've gone through and talked about our acronyms. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Activate, those are on there also.
Yep. I'm going to read a message that Reagan put on here. She said the curriculum only costs if you're pursuing the certification. Reagan, your pictures look great.
Yeah, so this is Reagan. She's our sweet Momivate that's getting this all going. We just really appreciate her. Any other questions so far?
Nope. Reagan did say otherwise attending Smile gatherings will be free. So
Yeah, so they're free unless you want to certify. And then and that's all still in the works. So not a lot of information.
Anybody else have any questions? I'm excited. I'd like to go see the one that you recorded last Saturday. I want to go listen to that one.
So I got to host that since Reagan was down with Corona, and it was a delightful visiting with Dr. Finlayson Fife. It was great. Okay, so let's go a little bit about our philosophy. Mothers have a unique opportunity to shape the society of their children. Children have an innate need to be with their mothers in the majority of their formative years. Sorry, I can read. Motherhood needs an upgrade so that women will want to choose this profession, understanding the benefits to their children as well as themselves. And I think that's something that's really important is society is creating a look that motherhood is not that important and that you can put them in daycare. And some of those, you don't have a choice, but full-time mothering is whether you're in the home or out of the home. I don't think you ever check out being a mom when you go to work. We're still full-time moms, and we need as much support as we can because these children are what we're raising up for society, and they're the next generation. And with that love and comfort they get, helps them to be sustainable and self-reliant. So society needs to support mothers in this role by providing free, solid parenting education backed by neuroscience and parenting experts. Alleviating monetary concerns so mothers truly have a choice and aren't required to take on income yielding work for economical reasons. We like allowing women the time necessary to have the positive influence on their offspring as they are designed to have. And teaching employers that when a woman's resume shows she took time to raise up her children. This indicates that she has developed several skills beneficial to any company, not to mention the future employees she has raised who will have these skills as well. Motherhood is a full-time job. The child care crisis is solved if we acknowledge the impracticality of outsourcing motherhood and establishing motherhood as a multidimensional occupation worthy of our time and talents. Most adults change careers several times over. There are many decades in the workforce. That allows us women to have time to be moms as one of their career choices. And I believe it was Dr. Finlinson I was talking to, and I don't, and maybe it's not her, but I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how parenting is our first job. That when we have a child, that's the first job, and then our job that takes us away is our unjob, right? It's what we need to do. A husband gets a job to fulfill his role as a parent, bringing in the income, or a mom, or whoever needs that. But parenting and raising up our children, that's our number one job. And I kind of joke is we're trying to work ourselves out of a job, right? We want our children to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. And that's what we do as moms, is continue to support them as they're learning through these formidable years. So our nonprofit is a form of gratitude to mothers for the work they do. Our team members are currently all volunteering our time and expertise to understand better why we choose a nonprofit structure. You can go on and read our mission statement and our manifesto. All right. Any more questions yet?
No, Reagan made another comment after talked about attending the Smile Gathering. She says you get the Raise Up curriculum there. Thanks, Reagan. Yeah, I love that. I love that we need to recognize motherhood as something viable to society. I mean, now this, my interest is financial planning. I like to help people with if I had my dream job, I would tell people what to do with their money all day long. And it's interesting that when there's a tragedy and a mom of young children is lost, that it costs money to replace mom. I mean, people think that it's not valuable. There is a dollar figure attached to it. And I've been told it's around the $40,000 a year mark. That's probably changed since then, but it is valuable.
Right, right. There was a cute little story Reagan told us the other day that I really liked. Kind of part of our laughter part of our Smile gatherings is that a father came home from work one day, and the kids were in the yard playing around in mud, and the car door was open, and there's sticky stuff all over the steering wheel. And the dad walks in with the door open, and there's a pile of sand on the living room floor, and there's toys strewed everywhere and clothes. And he goes up the stairs and wondering where his wife is. And as he goes up the stairs, he's just seeing more messes and things, and is like really worried for his wife. Like, what happened? And he goes to his bedroom, and he sees his wife laying there on the bed, and she's reading a book. And he says, honey, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And he goes, well, what's wrong? What happened? And she says, well, you know, when you come every day and ask me what I do? And he says, yeah. And says, well, today I decided not to do it. And I kind of thought,
well, that's
I mean, a little extreme, but it's kind of, that's what we do. We keep the order in the home. We keep our children, as they're learning through these experiences, you know, about cleaning up after themselves and getting along with the siblings. It's a very valuable role. And I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but we love the opportunity to take our experiences and to share it with others. So what else do we want to know about Momivate? Reagan's so much better at this.
You are doing fine.
Okay, let me see what else I can tell you what we're doing.
Yep.
Let's go to talk about conversations. Let's go to home.
Don't feel like you have to fill up extra time. If you don't, we can just open it up for more questions or comments or anything wants to ask or say, share experiences. Reagan says, "You're wonderful, Leigha, and she is grateful for you." And we're grateful that you're here talking with us today.
Thanks. So we'll go ahead and go through the raise up the defense, each one of the acronyms. So R is for relationship. And like I talked about how we have different relationships. I'm just going to read what she has here. It is significant that the R comes first for motherhood is even at the cellular level, all about relationships, how the woman relates to her husband, her children, her God. All relationships require time and effort. Momivate leads moms to be respected resources that contribute to successful relationships. We help moms connect the dots between knowing and applying these concepts in real life. So note, discipline is inseparably intertwined in the relationship between parent and child, and therefore this major maternal role is included here. Even though we fully embrace religion, we encourage mothers to have a solid personal relationship with God. We don't affiliate with any religion. We respect all people and all beliefs. So that's a little bit about our atmosphere. Again, our home or collection of sensations. An atmosphere, ideally one that we can consistently determine we want and then put effort into creating. This can be broken down into 5 senses. And we talked about this overall feeling. We can organize our efforts by asking ourselves, what does my family see, hear, taste, smell, and touch and experience in our home? From these answers, elevate what needs to be adjusted. And then we talked about the income and outgo and this aspects. What are some things that you've done that maybe has been innovated in income and outgo in your home? Let's do that. Anybody have some ideas or thoughts that they've done?
Go ahead and restate that question one more time.
So what ways have you been innovative in making the dollar stretch at your home or bringing income in that's different than just going and getting a job from 8 to 5?
I can share a little bit. It's been, about 18 years ago. I started reselling some things online to supplement my income when my kids were younger. My kids are all grown now, and it became quite a big part of my income for a long time. I also, there were many times that I worked full time when my kids were younger, but at one point I decided to work part-time, and I worked at the school that my kids attended. And I was actually a lunch lady, and it was a lot of fun. And I loved being there because my kids they knew where to find me. It was great. But yeah, the selling things online, there's lots of things people can do on the side to help bring in money. I think there's probably some people that are better at maybe cutting costs than I was. Cheryl Lee, our director, was really into couponing for a while. And if she wants to chime in, I'll let her. I'm not sure if she wants to share with that today, but I'm sure there's other things. Groupon, we've got, I know Amanda's really good at that. And let's see, Catherine says we tried to do DIY things to keep costs low. For example, we haven't bought any masks during the pandemic. I made a bunch for our family. Cool.
Yeah, awesome.
DIY stuff is always awesome. Would anybody else like to share? If you don't want to talk and you want to type, I'll read it.
I teach English online. I've been teaching English online for about 4 years. So crazy hours. I got up at 2:35 a.m. this morning and taught until 5:30, then went to the gym.
Oh.
And the hours are very inconsistent. It's Chinese New Year time right now, so it's really busy, and I'll be teaching tonight too.
Crazy,
but
it's good. Yeah, it's great, but like you said, it's a little bit crazy hours, but it works for you guys. Thanks, Amanda. Emily said that she took on the role of furnishing or making all purchases for your Airbnb while your husband did repairs to get it ready. To him, it looked like a lot of spending, but she saved tons by tracking all the deals. Awesome, Emily.
That is incredible. That's a work in itself.
Yes, and keep all those receipts and check about writing off all that stuff with your tax professional.
Yeah, always check with them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And that's what we're talking about. How do you get innovative with, how it comes in and how it goes out? And it looks so different and everybody's talents. And I love that. I love what you guys have done. How about systems and schedules? That is something that children crave, the security of schedules and systems. And a mother's sanity can be preserved as she employs these tools to manage her home and its inhabitants. In heavens, yeah. From morning and bedtime routines to chores and family technology plans, systems and schedules are like the rock walls of a castle, creating boundaries that offer safety and strength. Momivate encourage each mother to create structure based on her family's unique needs. And for me, it was always a new one. When I had littles, it was really basic. It was picture based. As they got older, it was more detailed. As they got a lot older, especially when they got a job, it changed because they were working now and the responsibilities, lightened to different roles. It changed to maybe grocery shopping for me. So that's something that I noticed when we just flew by the seat of our pants. There was chaos. There was a lot more emotional trauma in our life versus when they knew what to expect at certain times, and when their chore list was done, they knew they were free. So any thoughts or ideas on systems and schedules and how that would be helpful for you?
I do remember trying a couple little things like having kids pick out clothes the night before, or deciding the night before, what lunch was going to look like the next day, whether they were going to buy lunch at school that day or take a lunch. Little things like that tend to help. Reagan says this includes things like traditions, also screen time. Ooh, I have a friend whose daughter times her kids and she is very, very big on getting her kids outside regardless of the weather. She just dresses her kids appropriately, but they are extremely limited and they spend a lot of time outdoors.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right after her. That is great. Okay.
Anybody else want to contribute to the conversation?
I have a homeschool schedule posted, so my kids know we do school from like 9 to 11, and journal time and computer time. And the computer time is timed, so they have about an hour to do their school stuff, like reading eggs, math seeds. And later on in the day, they earn technology. Along with homeschooling, during that time, they have recess for like 30 minutes outside. And then we come to get air, and yeah, basically the whole day scheduled. We have this whole thing. And then I've relearned how much planner is amazing just to write stuff down rather than relying on technology for myself.
Oh yeah, I like the idea of writing things down too, Amanda. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I second that. I'm more of a pencil paper, write down my list for every day, what I need to do, and I get more done and then some. So that's awesome, Amanda. Thank you for sharing that. And as we're learning, I remember when I started to homeschool, I didn't even know where to begin, but going to different conventions and talking to other mothers gave me lots of ideas on different how to put a schedule together or curriculum, or to fit it for my family. So yeah. That's what we love about Momivate, is that as a mom unity, we're going to be sharing thoughts and ideas and expanding that, and the curriculum and everything will grow as we get more people activated in using this and sharing, especially experienced moms. It's going to be really great.
Emily shared, I've noticed a posted schedule is great for kids and husbands. Emily, I love it.
Right.
I remember that at one point we had like a dry erase board, and each of my kids was a different color on the board, but it was posted so we could see who was doing what. So lots changed for me in the last almost 9 years since my youngest graduated high school and joined the service. So yeah, kind of different. Just, yeah. I'm not old enough to have a kid that's been in the Navy for almost 9 years, but I do. So
Well, thank him for his service.
yeah, I will thank her for her service.
thank her for her service. I have a son that's in the National Guard, so I automatically go to him.
Yes, and please thank him for his service too.
Yeah. Oh, and what a challenge that is when that decision's made,
Yes, yes.
It's-
Tugs on your heartstrings, especially when it's your baby.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I still have 2 babies at home. I have a 15 and a 17-year-old at home. But I have 5 grandbabies, so
Oh, I have 5 grandbabies as well, and it's awesome. Kids have to grow up and move on. Getting grandbabies in exchange is well worth it.
So we also have a section that's not where we get certified in, but we felt really important is to have support for unique circumstances. And I was talking with another mother the other day, and it doesn't have to be something way out there as a unique circumstance. Each child comes with their unique challenges or personalities or uniqueness that helps open us up as moms and to be loving and accepting of who they are, right? But sometimes when I was a young mother, my parents lived in California and I was here in Utah. I didn't have family support, but I had neighbor support, which brings me to another item that we'll talk a little bit about mom pods. But for me, there was other mothers my age that had children the same age, and we would share babysitting time, but also ideas and things of what challenges we were facing. And some of those were really helpful for me, is conversing with them. But there now is so many supports and so many great women and men who have come together with their personal journey and be able to help others through theirs. So not every mom's experience fits neatly into the imagined mothering mold. We recognize and respect challenges, including in adoption, raising a child with autism, step or single mothering, or other circumstances where special needs must be understood and accommodations made. Momivate helps mothers find others who are navigating similar situations so they can support one another in managing such life-altering conditions. And I think that's the big thing, is support is essential. And if it's something that we don't understand, we'd like to help you get in touch with somebody who can help you through that challenge or that circumstance. And of course, we can't forget about personal pursuits, right? This comes last, but it's meaningful to consider. Except the P comes last, but let's consider personal pursuits. Moms must not forget that we are people too. We with goals and talents that we want to develop. We often purposely push our passions to the back burner, but we cannot dismiss these desires. Doing so would determine or be detrimental to ourselves as well as our loved ones, as we would be trying to serve them living water from empty wells. We must intentionally carve out time and energy to sharpen and use our saws. And I love how Amanda, I believe it was Amanda, right, that you went and taught, but then you went to the gym. Carving that time for yourself is essential. And just a input here, our personal pursuit leader is Miss Utah, that she just came on board and has chosen to have Momivate as one of her platforms to work on this next year. And we're excited she's going to be writing the curriculum for us for the personal pursuits. So that was kind of fun.
That's exciting.
So just a little bit about Mom Pods. Reagan has created, I believe it's a 34-page packet designed to give you more time and how you could team up with other moms. And it's not where you drop your kid off and leave, but where you can be in the room and a mom is in the other room with your child. So if they do need you, they're there, but the mom is entertaining and you can get some of your other things done that you need to. But that's a free packet that you can get when you sign on to momivate.org. And I just love the support of other women and moms helping each other. Let's see. Reagan, is there anything else you want me to touch on that I have not?
Yeah, wow. While she's thinking, I will read you a couple things. Well, we were talking about scheduling, and Amanda said that my children love the dry erase board so they can read what is coming up. My husband needs the activities in the electronic calendar part of Cozy app so he knows what's going on. Cool.
Cozy apps, okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Catherine asked a question. Can you explain the difference between mom observations and the smile groups, or are they the same?
You bet, I can do that. Thank you for that question. Momversations right now is a live TV show that we do on Win-Win Women's Network. And the only difference is that we're not gathering with one mom in a room, where this is open for everybody. And we are not doing the smiles at that moment, meaning that, let me show you what smiles means. Let's go. Reagan, you're gonna have to help me here. I always do this. Anyway, so they're similar, the fact that they go through the raise up acronyms, but a Momversation is the TV show and the groups, and have small groups where it's more geared to that group than just across the board for everybody. Does that answer the question?
Catherine, if you want to ask further questions, just stick it in the chat. Reagan says you're doing great, Leigha. And if you're ready for another question. Oh, Catherine says she got it. Have the groups started yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But
Yep.
that's our goal, is to have the curriculum done in April. So this is where I will put a plug in for Momivate. We have a really great team that we're working with right now, but we still have some openings available to help if anybody's looking to donate 3 to 5 hours a week with Momivate. That would be awesome. You can fill out our volunteer information and get on board. We're actively looking for a secretary. We're looking for people to kind of be over like our Revolving Closet and our mom pods and some of these things that are going on, just to kind of keep the wheels moving while we're getting the curriculum written up. So we would love to have some more volunteers to add to our team. So if you know anybody who has time, maybe their children are raised and they want to give back to the community, this is a great way to do that. So just a plug in for some volunteers.
Cool. I'm going to ask, don't you have an event coming up soon?
Reagan, my mind's blank, besides the conversations. Oh, I know we were talking about doing one.
Don't you have the Women's Day, I think on March 8th? We got an email about it or something?
International Women's Day. That's what Reagan
The
says.
International Women's Day. Yes, we've been talking about it. Reagan's on the ball. Yeah, we're going to do an International Women's Day where we're going to honor women and mothering. And we've reached out to a couple of women that we want to honor that are have contributed to helping us in our mothering venture. So I can't name the names yet because they haven't responded yes yet.
Fair enough.
So Reagan, is there anything else you want to say about that? I know you don't feel good, and I just, without going to my notes in our drive, I don't have it all right there.
Where can we find more information about International Women's Day as you get it? Will it be on your website?
Yeah, we'll have it on our website, definitely. And also Instagram will probably pop up when we start having that announced.
Okay.
On our mom's Instagram.
Anybody else have any questions? Anything else, Leigha, that you'd like to share?
Just to encourage you that reach out to Wall of Honor and nominate a mother that you admire We'd love to have that filled up with lots of names to show how great our society is for these women who are blessing these children's lives. We want to honor them. We want to honor you. So we'd love to have your name on here for taking your time and energy to raise your children. We are our worst critics and we don't think we want to be honored, but the honor is having those children and taking your time. And it's very worthwhile what you're doing, and give yourself credit and know that you're doing a good job. And we appreciate what you're doing with your kids.
Thank you. Thank you. And discussion kept going on. I'm just going to say this for people that might not be able to see the chat and the replay. Momivate is on Facebook and it is on Instagram. You can find it under Momivate on Facebook, and on Instagram, it is Momivate Moms.
Right. And then our website, momivate.org.
Momivate.org. Thank you. Thank you, Leigha. And thanks, Reagan, for chiming in now and again. Anything else for Leigha? Or Leigha, do you have anything else for us?
No, just join us. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Okay.
All
right. Now, if I can remember how to take this, thank you for sharing all this info, Catherine says. So, yep. And let's see, let me start my screen again. Okay, there we go. So there's a possible conflict in the future with the time of 1 o'clock on Mondays. We would like to ask this question, and I'll probably put a poll out on Facebook for our Discovery families, but we're thinking about moving to noon or even 11. Catherine, you are probably one of our most faithful attendees. Is 11 or 12 like a deal breaker for you? I'll have you can respond. Let's see. Nope. Awesome. Okay, great. That's a step in the right direction. Then there's just a lot of other meetings that are starting to conflict that we should be participating in on a regular basis. So we'll let you know. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got some people responding. Great. Got it. Okay. Thank you. I will take those and run with them, but watch for a poll. And everybody have a great week. Next week is the 31st. Oh, we're going to be talking about the Utah court system and what parents need to know. And it's going to be really informational. You never think that you might need to be familiar with what would happen if your kid ended up in the court system, but take it from a mom like, it's going to touch everybody eventually. Somebody's going to have to deal with that thing, because kids sometimes make poor decisions and you have to leave parents to wonder. So make sure you get that on your calendar for next week. Again, Leigha, thanks. Reagan, thanks. Hope you get better. And we will see everybody next week.
Megan?
Yes.
I need to make a comment before we leave. Can you just turn off the recording though?
Yes, I will. Okay. See you guys.
No, everybody stay. Anyone on the
Stay.
team, please stay for a minute.
Okay. I'm turning off the recording.